Hi guys, this is the final video on how to use your Canon T6I or 750D. This is going to be going over the video functions. This will be the quickest and painless video out of all of them. Again, a lot of the functions that work with your video are going to be some of the very much the same functions that I taught you in the previous 3 videos. So we're just going to be going over the video functions. So to get into video mode, it's very simple. We're just going to hit all the way up. There's 3 buttons. There's an off, on, and video. And we're just going to go over the different options you have for video. So we're going to hit menu, and you're going to have two new menu settings under video. And let me put it in the M mode here. Again, I had it in automatic mode. I was kind of screwing around with it, seeing what the differences was, and there you just don't have as many functions, of course. So, and we're going to scroll down, and we're going to go over these 2 tabs right here, as you guys can see. And we're going to start with the AF method. Now for this, I leave it in the flex zone, and this is going to be the smaller of the 2, kind of like autofocus, a manual autofocus points. Again, we'll select that one. That's got the big, huge square, as you guys can kind of see. I don't like the big, huge square. I like the small square, rectangular, whatever you want to call it, square. And that's what it's going to try to focus on, is wherever that's at. But if you need it to be larger and you have a higher f-stop or you have more in focus, I understand. If you're going to use a big square with video, it's a little bit different. It will try to autofocus that. Now the problem with that is, and I'll let you guys listen to this. And hopefully this isn't going to distort the audio too much here. As you guys can hear, you've got the servo motor going and it's making a lot of noise. So if you have an on-camera mic, you're going to have some serious issues with noise being in your shot, actual audio noise. So that's going to be really annoying if you've got an on-camera mic. Again, right now, like I'm shooting with a wireless lav, so I'm not going to be catching that sound per se while it's trying to focus. It is kind of cool because in previous, like the T3i would not do any form of autofocusing, and this is going to work much better with an STM lens. Right now, like I said, I have a Canon 50mm 1.8. It is not an STM lens, so therefore the focusing is not going to be as smooth, but still highly impressive focusing for a non-STM lens. So that does work with any of your Canon or Tamron or any of the other lenses, depending on how their motor's set up. So again, we'll leave it here. Again, you can turn your servo, disable that, and then you can do all the manual focusing. So now it's not going to focus. I'd have to turn my autofocus off the camera, and then I could just manual focus as needed. We'll turn the autofocus back on. And the servo is not going to work. So if you enable the servo here, movie servo, and you go back out, it's a manual focus, so there's nothing the servo can really do because the motor's pretty much turned off. So I can turn the autofocus back on the lens. And we're going to leave the servo disabled because it's really annoying unless you have something specific. And at the end of this video, what I'll do is I'll go out in the backyard and I'll shoot some video and I'll have it set up. What I'll do is, just to show you what the settings will be, I'll have it set up with the flex zone square right here. I'll have the servo turned on, and you guys can see how it focuses as I move the camera around outside. All right, AF with during movie recording. I just leave that on. Grid display, metering timer. We talked about both of those in part 2, I believe. So we're going to move on to the next one, movie recording. So this is the other big one. There's only really 2 settings you guys need to really focus on unless you're really limited on SD card space. And that would be this one right here, FHD 23.98. That's 24 frames per second. That's what you'll really want to shoot in. And if you're going to do slow motion stuff at 60 frames per second, use the 720 by 1280. So you have full HD here, which is going to be 1920 by 1080 on all of these. Both of these functions will be 720 by 1080 by 1280. And then these will be much lower 640 by 480. You don't need those unless you have a very specific reason. Really just focus on 720p here at 60 frames per second, which I wish they had done a 1920 by 1080 at 60 with the T6i, but they didn't. You can do the 29 frames per second, which is pretty much 30, but I really just suggest that you shoot at 1920 by 1080 at 23.98 frames per second. Highly suggest that. Sound recording, let's go into that. We'll talk a little bit about that. It's set to auto right now. As you can see, the meters are going. You can go to manual or disable it. If you disable it, you won't have as high bit rate going through. So if you're ever trying to, for some reason, have a low, like a class 8, class 6 card, turn off your audio and you may still be able to record video. And then you can set your levels, and so like I can bring it down, and now I'm not peaking so bad. If I brought it up, woohoo, I'm peaking, right? Woohoo, 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 woohoo. And as you can see, this is probably a good spot where I'm not going to peak on the camera. You can turn your wind thing on and disable itinerary. And let's go to, and we just go back to audio, and it's going to just set that up auto. So disabled, enabled. So we'll go back to menu, and you have one more last thing, video snapshot. We can enable that, set to 4-second movie record. I guess something for like Vine or something like that. I don't have a use for this. If anybody does, I'd be interested to know what you use it for specifically, since I really don't have a really need for something called this video snapshot. Show confirmation message. You can show confirmation message you want. Hit menu. And so those are the functions in the video settings. Like I said at the end of this video, what I'll do is I'll go in the backyard and I'll shoot some video using the auto servo, and you guys can see it trying to autofocus with a non-STM lens, and see what you guys think of it. The faster your autofocus is on your lens, like the motor, like an ultrasonic lens, like what I'm shooting on right now, which is 24-105, that's going to be do a better job with the autofocus. Again, I'm really stuck to a manual focus. I like to manually focus everything, and if you get good at it, you can manually focus just almost as good as autofocus. As people move, you can focus with them. Well, guys, I hope that this 4-part series really helped you out. Again, we are going to try to add in one more video, which is going to taking the T6I 750D into the field and talk about some things that I like while I'm actually using it in the field before I have to send this back to B&H. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. Feel free to leave some comments or questions down below as well. If you guys are interested in purchasing one of these, please click the link down below, and or click the link here in a minute, the video. There'll be a link, and you guys can go to B&H and purchase it, which will really help keep this channel running. You guys have a great day, and of course, we'll catch you next time. Hey guys, if you'd like to check out our website where we have all kinds of fun and exciting blogs, videos, and extra information that isn't on our YouTube page, click right here. If you'd like to talk to us or contact us and kind of take a look at all the different stuff that we have going on, we've kind of funneled it all through our Facebook. You can hit our Facebook page right here and follow us or like us. Now, if you like to look at cool pictures and behind the scenes stuff, we do that on Instagram right here. So go on and follow us on Instagram. And of course, we got our cute little bird right here, Mr. Twitter, and you can follow us as we do our short tweets.